The very fragile ceasefire that is currently in place between Israel, the US, and Iran might be crumbling before our very eyes, and the reason might not be what you think. President Donald Trump just ordered a massive blockade of the Strait of Hormuz after JD Vance and his team of negotiators returned from Pakistan with bad news for Iran. So what is going on? We'll get into the details of all of that, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I have a really cool teaser that I want to show you. I'm Justin Hilton, and this is the Israel Guys. After 21 hours of talks in Pakistan, Vice President JD Vance, Jared Kushner, and Steve Witkoff returned to the US with no agreement being reached with Iran in their negotiations. Vance told reporters, quote, "We've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement, and I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America." That is indeed very bad news for Iran, because now the US and Israel will probably once again start bombing them into oblivion. This was the first time that Vance was a part of the negotiating team, and apparently Trump told him to go to Pakistan, quote, "in good faith and make your best effort to get a deal." Vance said he tried his best, but the Iranians were not willing to budge on the issues that mattered the most. Vance said that they had made it, quote, "very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on." Those red lines being that Iran would give up their nuclear ambition, would freeze their enrichment of uranium, which they are not willing to do. Now, obviously, since these talks failed, there's a very good chance that the war will resume, and I guess the question is now more of when than if the war will resume at this point. President Trump said he doesn't really care if Iran returns to the negotiating table. He told reporters at Joint Base Andrews, quote, "I don't care if they come back or not. If they don't come back, I'm fine." As a result of the failed negotiations, Trump put out a very strong statement with a new, maybe even surprising plan. He posted this on Truth Social. I won't read the whole thing, but he said, quote, "Effective immediately, the United States Navy, the finest in the world, will begin the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. At some point, we will reach an all being allowed to go in, all being allowed to go out basis, but Iran has not allowed that to happen by merely saying, there may be a mine out there somewhere that nobody knows about but them. This is world extortion, and leaders of countries, especially the United States of America, will never be extorted. I've also instructed our Navy to seek and interdict every vessel in international waters that has paid a toll to Iran. No one who pays an illegal toll will have safe passage on the high seas. We will also begin destroying the mines the Iranians laid in the straits." He went on to say, quote, "The blockade will begin shortly. Other countries will be involved with this blockade. Iran will not be allowed to profit off this illegal act of extortion. They want money, and more importantly, they want nuclear. Additionally, and at an appropriate moment, we are fully locked and loaded, and our military will finish up the little that is left of Iran." An Iranian armed forces spokesperson said that a U.S. restrictions on vessels in international waters is illegal and, quote, "amounts to piracy," and says Iran will decisively implement a permanent mechanism to control the Strait of Hormuz following a U.S. threat to block it, which is very ironic coming from Iran, of all countries. The IRGC said on Sunday that Iranian security forces have the Strait of Hormuz shipping bottleneck under their full control, warning that enemies would be trapped in a, quote, "deadly vortex" in the case of any miscalculation. The IRGC's Naval Command said on X after Trump ordered the blockade, quote, "All traffic is under the full control of the armed forces. The enemy will become trapped in a deadly vortex in the strait if it makes the wrong move." In a separate statement released by the IRGC's Public Relations Office, the force's Naval Command insisted that, quote, "Contrary to the false claims of some enemy officials, the Strait of Hormuz is open to the harmless passage of civilian vessels in compliance with specific relevant regulations." It didn't give full details on the nature of these rules, but they added, quote, any military vessels that intend to approach the Strait of Hormuz under any pretext will be considered in violation of the ceasefire and will be dealt with severely. So all of this will obviously have very major implications on the world stage. I guess we'll see how this plays out in the coming weeks, probably more like days actually, and we'll see when this war actually starts up again. But a massive piece to all of this is that Iran laid mines in the Strait of Hormuz, and they seem to be the only ones who know where those mines actually are. That is, if they even know at all. So on Saturday, the U.S. Central Command confirmed that 2 guided missile destroyers entered the Strait of Hormuz to begin setting conditions for a massive mine clearing operation, even though Tehran and Washington clashed over conflicting accounts of the transit. While CENTCOM reported the transit was completed without incident, the Iranian Foreign Ministry provided a different narrative. Tehran claimed it intercepted a U.S. destroyer traveling from the UAE and issued a 30-minute ultimatum to strike the vessel unless it turned back. Iranian officials said the ship complied and immediately relayed the incident to their delegation in Pakistan as a formal protest. Probably didn't happen. Here on the home front, in Israel, the IDF is preparing to resume operations against Iran at any moment. They have reportedly shifted into a protocol similar to those implemented in the days leading up to previous military campaigns. And just a little while ago, I saw Netanyahu said this. He said the ceasefire could end in a moment's notice. Guys, as I mentioned in the beginning, I have a really cool video that I want to show you. If you saw our short film, cinematic short film about the mountain where God spoke to Abraham 4,000 years ago, you'll be super excited to see that we have another short film ready for you guys. Take a look at this trailer. Shiloh was the unifying spot that brought the nation of Israel together 3 times a year.
A total of 9 red heifers have been sacrificed. But today, here in the place in ancient Shiloh, where it all began many years ago, a possible 10th red heifer could be behind these doors.
What I'm holding in my hand is pottery that is literally 3,000 years old. The Ark of the Covenant was here. God's presence literally rested in this spot. Nothing good ever comes from giving away God's land.
Personally, I am super excited about this project on ancient Shiloh. Our whole team put a ton of work into this. If you would like to watch it, just click the link in the description where you can sign up to get a reminder when the film drops on April 19th. It's coming straight here to our YouTube channel. April 19th, mark your calendars. We also need your help to spread stuff like this. I believe more people need to see the beauty of the land of Israel, the beauty, especially of Judea and Samaria, and how that connects to God's faithfulness and his promises that he's spoken to his people, Israel. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, leave a comment below, and share with a friend. As always, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.